I woke up. It's like,
We have risen from the ashes to school the masses. Hello, everyone. Welcome to another edition of the Scholars of Wrestling show. I'm your man behind the microphone, Scholar Jeff. Joining us this week, as always, he is the OG Undisputed Scholar himself and the current Scholars of Wrestling world champion. He is Scholar Tarek. Scholar Tarek, how's Belt Life treating you?
Belt Life is treating me very well. It is WrestleDream weekend, and all I can hear in my head is dream a little dream of me, dream a little dream of you and me, grappling in the ring, taking down each other, pin, one, two, three, winner! WrestleDream.
Yes, I'm sure that's the exact vibe that Tony Khan was going for. Speaking of vibes, bringing the vibes to the Scholars of Wrestling show. As always, we've got another undisputed scholar in his own right. He is Scholar Brian. Scholar Brian, how's life treating you, sir?
Life is treating me pretty well. It's always you can always tell how exciting the weekend is going to be based on how quickly Tarek starts singing.
This is actually the most met. This is actually probably the most accurate metric I've heard all year. I will not argue with this.
I
Yes,
mean, when you think about it, I mean, just look at this card. Calling it WrestleDream actually fits it very perfectly because god damn, this card is awesome. It is a
yeah.
dream come true.
After All Out and All In, the way that they built those two, the builds they've been doing for the recent big shows that weren't like major pay-per-views, it's been immaculate. Like I've been interested in everything they've been doing building up to Grand Slam and to WrestleDream. So and it's AEW, the wrestling is gonna deliver, that's 100%. So
I
it
think it also just stems from now that they're adding more special events in the year. There's no dead time between pay-per-views. So it's like one series is over after one pay-per-view, we have a lot less time for the next pay-per-view to start setting up, slowly build, and then build enough to have a good uh go home show.
Yeah, there's certainly a lot to enjoy, and there's a lot that's taken me by surprise on this card. Seems like just out of nowhere, there's something new to enjoy and just get really hyped up about. And we're going to break it all down for you, starting with the first match. This is going to be AEW WrestleDream, the very first of its kind. And the very first match that we've got is the freshly announced for the pre-show. We've got in a title defense, we've got the Acclaimed defending their AEW Trios championships against TMDK, the Mighty Don't Kneel. Tarek, as the defending champion, quite the defending champion,
Not
but
yet.
as
Well,
the incumbent champion. How about that? Because
I
you are
mean,
the champion, you got champions defense, you got champions rights. Do you want to take the first pick, or would you like to defer to the next person in line?
I'll take the first pick. This one's an easy match. It's going to be the Acclaimed retain, and the title may not be on the line, but this pay-per-view is special for the Scholars of Wrestling for the first round of the championship. Unfortunately, Jeremy had to take himself out of the tournament, so Brian's already going into Fastlane. Congratulations, Brian.
don't we love a buy?
Don't we love a buy
Okay.
indeeds? And
Default, the two best words in the English language.
so in default, the one match that I'm looking forward to when it comes to WrestleDream is Jeff versus Charlie to see who goes to the next round. Good luck to you, fool.
I am gonna need it. This is gonna be a hard fought tournament, no matter who's in it.
But yes, I choose the Acclaimed. But yeah, good luck. I'm rooting for you.
I fully appreciate that. And Brian, who are you going with?
Yeah, this just seems like it was a title match to get the Acclaimed on the card. There's no real build up, there's no real story here. which makes it pretty easy for me to say that the Acclaimed is going to retain the titles here.
Yeah, this one is a pretty easy consensus for us all. It's the Acclaimed who are on a hot streak. I feel like we haven't seen much of the Mighty Don't Kneel for a good long while. And yes, it's on the pre-show. This one's fairly obvious. It's the warm-up match, but what a warm-up match it's promising to be. But now we got that all out of the way. We got the rest of the card at large, which is kicking things off with Ricky Starks versus Wheeler Yuta. Brian, it's your pick up next. Who do you got for this one?
As much as I love the promo that Wheeler Yuta cut to get this match going, to set up this match, this one's obvious. Okay, you're building up Ricky Starks to be the face of the Collision brand. Okay, you've put him through 2 wars with Bryan Danielson. Okay, and as much as I love Wheeler Yuta, it's not his time to be at the top of the card. He's a stepping stone here for Ricky Starks. Ricky Starks for the win.
I am going to second that one. They definitely want to preserve something good in Ricky Starks right about now, and understandably so. And frankly, Wheeler Yuta is one of those guys who is good where he's at and can make himself over no matter where he is at any time. So I also am going to go with Ricky Starks. And Tarek, do we have a consensus?
We do indeed. Uh, Ricky Starks for the win. This is a match for him. As Brian said, he's the face of the Collision. This is just giving him a win for having 2 great matches with Danielson. I actually am really hoping that like just these wins just keep elevating him to a point where any title is in his future. But knowing Collision, it's probably the TNT title eventually. That'll probably be his first singles title.
Hey, the future is full of possibilities. And speaking of possibilities, that's quite the segue to our next match because we've got a fatal 4-way tag match for a title shot at the AEW Championship, which contains the Young Bucks, the Guns, Lucha Brothers, and the team of Orange Cassidy and Hook. And I admit this is not one of the matches I want to have the first pick on because I feel like this can go a lot of different ways. But the primary question in my mind is,
Could go 4 ways to be exact.
well, if you want to be technical about it, yes. But in particular, the question on my mind is, what are they going to do with the team of Orange Cassidy and Hook? Are they going to give this to them so they have an extended feud with whoever the tag champions are going to be? Or are they going to do the more traditional route with some of the more established tag teams? This is a good question.
Should we put the Jeopardy theme on for you?
No, because I don't want to leave too much dead air. Instead,
It's the Jeopardy theme. That's no dead air.
because I'm going to say because that this is not for the title itself, I'm going to say Orange Cassidy and Hook actually take this. Maybe they pull something out. Maybe there's like a surprise roll up from Orange Cassidy or something. I don't know. But I'm gonna roll the dice on this one. I'm gonna go Team Orange. Tarek, which way you going on this one?
Would it be Team Orange Hook? I don't know. Actually, I'm trying to think what would be a good mixture of those a tag
I
team name
wrote
from
it down as just Orange Hook. So
Orange Hook.
Orange Hook.
Okay.
And you add his dad was from Red Hook. This was Orange Hook. Go for it.
Sure, why not? When I look at this match, it's just as you said, who in future line for a tag team championship, and I'm just looking at these teams and I'm trying to think who is on the right momentum to be in a tag team title match down the line. And for me, it has to be the Guns. I go with the Guns because uh Bullet Club Gold is on such a hot streak right now. I feel like giving them the win will just continue to add on to that. And now with Jay White now being put in a position where he's in with the world title, keep that momentum of that group going. Show them that this is a force to be reckoned with, and giving the Guns a future tag team title match, which they would probably win, and it'll most likely be a better success than their first tag team title reign. Now that they're in a position where they actually fit and like can really present themselves with Bullet Club Gold. So I'm gonna go with the Guns.
Very interesting pick. Brian, which way are you going on this one?
Yeah, my m- to be completely honest, Orange Cassidy and Hook never crossed my mind as a victor
Well,
in this
neither
match
did the Guns for
because
me, so
let's face it, okay, Orange Cassidy shouldn't be in the spot he's in. He should be in a higher profile uh thing based off of his North American, not his North American, his international title title reign, and I don't like that they have him in this mashup of a match. But to me, it always came down to either the Young Bucks or the Gun Club, and you know what? Because I am no longer in danger of losing my spot in the next round of the title tournament. I'm gonna go different than everybody else. I'm gonna go with the easy pick. I'm gonna go with them setting up for the rubber match between the Bucks and the FTR because there's backstory there. They've done the we've tagged together, but can we trust each other? They've done the can we coexist, and the logical story point of that is them turning on each other and having another match. So I'm gonna go with the Young Bucks and have complete difference of everybody on the panel tonight. Always fun. Let's go.
just
It
wait.
is always fun.
When we get the predictions from Charlie, he's probably going to go with the Lucha Brothers, just to make it the most interesting match on the card already.
He'll probably pick what Brian picks because that's what he likes to do. I call you out on that, Charlie.
which, which, which is amusing when it's not for a title.
It's like he's not on the show tonight. He can't defend himself.
Oh, we're that's good. Let's just wait. We're probably going to pay for that on the group chat later. But anyway,
Will we
moving
though?
on, paying for it. We've got for the TBS championship, we've got Chris Statlander defending against Julia Hart. Tarek, it's your pick up next. Who are you going for the ladies?
I'm not gonna lie, this one's an actually very tough one for me. Just because when I look at Chris Statlander, I think she's very good. She's not really doing that much, at least not with notice for me for the TBS championship. And the response that Julia Hart's been getting from just rising in popularity to just basically being one of the big top viewing things for AEW. And she really did show a lot of progress for to get where she is now. And I feel like Tony Khan would probably be like, want to take advantage of that, especially since it's getting a lot more noticeable. I'm 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 gonna pull a big one. I'm gonna say Julia Hart.
Interesting. Brian, which way are you going for this one?
Put some gold back into the House of Black.
I will say this. Okay, I love what they're doing with Julia Hart. And I love that they've put like Brody King as her enforcer type.
Hmm.
But it's like she just has him stand there and be intimidating, and but she doesn't really attack people from behind. She while he's being intimidating. The way that they do that is great, and her moonsault, that's one of the prettiest things I've ever seen. Okay, however, she'll be a champion in time. I don't think that time is now. I think that Chris Statler's gonna retain. I think that they've got plans in the offing moving forward, and I just don't think it's time for Chris Statlander to lose that yet. I I do think that there are huge things on the horizon for Julia Hart, just homegrown talent and the way that they're presenting her. But I don't think the time to pull the trigger is now.
Hmm. Yeah, I'm going to have to disagree with you, Brian, because I totally second what Tarek's going for. Just with the new fresh presentation, and Julia has been building up her stature with the audience and just going and going and going. And even right as we're recording this, there was another vignette promoting this match, and it was all just about Julia Hart. So I'm going to roll the dice on this one too. I'm going to say Julia Hart wins and
She has a
becomes
big undefeated streak right now.
that too. So I'm wondering now that Jade Cargill's away from the TBS championship, I'm
She's
thinking
away from AEW. What are you talking about?
we're going to have to see some shorter title reigns for this title just to get more interest on the belt, have it mean a little more something, and when it still does. And I think Julia Hart it's the right person at the right time. I'm going to go with Julia Hart. But now we've got our next match for both the Ring of Honor and New Japan Strong Championships. We've got Eddie Kingston, my guy, defending both belts against Katsuyori Shibata. Brian, you got first pick on this one. Which way you going?
I always get the easy ones. It's Eddie Kingston. Come on. That's it. He just won the
Yeah,
damn things. He just won the damn things. It's not smart to have him lose him right right away. I mean, like it's been a week and a half, bro. That's it.
yeah. This match just reeks all of Eddie probably went up to Tony Khan. It's like, hey partner, I want to wrestle Shibata. Like, and he's like, okay, you're doing it at WrestleDream, and then Eddie wins. So yeah, as an Eddie fan, I'm just happy with everything that's happening right now. It's the right place, right time, right guy. Nothing more to say about that one, except for Tarek's prediction. Tarek, bring it home.
I'm also going to go with Eddie Kingston because, like Brian said, he just won the damn thing. He's not losing it.
Short.
He's going to lose it to some big heel. And according to my calculations, that's not Shibata. No, not at
Nah.
all. He's a complete opposite,
According to nobody's.
according to no one.
According to no one. It's
But yes, Eddie Kingston, he just won the thing. So he just won the Ring of Honor championship. It'll just it'll be hysterical if he loses it in his first actual title defense, but they're not gonna have it's not they're not gonna do that.
Yeah, I don't even think that's going to happen at all either. No chance. But as far as some things with a higher chance of happening, let's take a look at the next match we've got listed here. We've got Christian Cage defending the TNT Championship against Darby Allin in a 2 out of 3 falls match. There's a lot to unpack here. But this one, this one I admit I'm a little nervous about. This one, I really want to say Darby Allin, but I'm not sure if it's the right time that Christian's going to lose it, or that the story is going to go in that direction. But I have to pick, and I have to pick first. So in this case, I'm going to go with Darby. There's a lot of value there, and I'm just like, this can go either way, and I'm just flipping a mental coin here. I'm just going to choose Darby to win. Tarek, make me cry, please,
Why would I make you cry?
by presenting a very elaborate explanation of how I'm wrong and how Christian is going to screw Darby over. And
Are you kidding? Remember who you're talking to. This is a scholar that hates said champion.
yeah, but he's also wise enough to know when he needs to pick the winning side here if he must. So
Well, here's the thing. This actually is a very difficult match for me as well, because if I recall, this is home state for Darby, right? It's in Washington, right?
Yeah.
I'm
Seattle.
trying to
Yep.
think. I'm just trying to think. Do they have Darby win? But it's also, since they just had Christian Cage officially win the TNT Championship. Poor Luchasaurus. Um, it's really just a question. I'm like, where do we see would be the best route for the TNT Championship? And also you have to think of the point, is this going to be the show where Edge shows up or Adam Copeland shows up? And if that's the case, I see him spearing a dinosaur and distracting Christian enough for Darby to get the win. There's so many scenarios in this one. This one's actually a really tough one for me. Um, Man, this is a tough. Let's see. What it's like, what route do I see them go? I'm gonna go with Christian. Bring out the tears. Bring out the tears.
You just went
actually,
over
that
like
was
5 different scenarios of how Darby Allin could win and just said, fuck it. I'm doing Christian.
yeah, that wasn't as conclusive as I was fearing.
It's not, no,
Brian,
here's the thing. It's not conclusive for me. I honestly, I just threw a name with this one because I'm just trying to think. Christian's doing very well with the TNT Championship. If Darby wins it, they could probably have him do something similar to what Orange Cassidy did with the International Championship. But I kind of don't want to see that because the and it's nothing against Darby. I just think Christian actually is the better choice. And a part of me, I said this on a previous episode, a part of me just wants to see Edge show up and just win it from him. I just want to, that's just how, like, me following my heart type of ordeal. And I would just be on the ground laughing if that actually happens.
oh boy.
But yeah,
Well,
I have
we got a
Christian.
tie to break either way. Brian, make the pick, break the tie.
See, here's the thing. Darby Allin says that he wants the prestige of the TNT title to go back to where it was, but this is the best title reign. This is the best title story that the title has had in a very long time.
Since
And
Brody Lee.
it's basically because of Christian. All of it. Okay. That's it. So it's like, and there's the X factor that no one has mentioned yet. Nick Wayne.
Mm,
Hmm.
that is true. I
So
actually completely forgot about Nick Wayne.
it's like has I think that I'm gonna go outside the box here. I would have Nick Wayne turn on Darby Allin.
They are hinting at
Join,
that.
join
So it's not
Christian
that.
Cage. Join Christian Cage, and have Nick Wayne cost Darby Allin the third fall. That's what I'm going with. Christian Cage to retain due to Nick Wayne turning on Darby Allin.
Interesting. Interesting.
Fascinating.
Yeah, this one is going to be one to watch for sure. But in the meantime, we also have next up another one to watch. We've got a 6-man tag. We've got Chris Jericho and the Golden Elite versus Team Don Callis, Konosuke Takeshita, Will Ospreay, and Sammy Guevara. Tarek, I believe it's your pick up next. What do you got?
I'm going to go with the Don Callis family to win. And I think it's going to be Sammy that's pinning Chris Jericho. I think that's the only reason why they're in this match, just to have the deciding, no, just so no one else in this match can get pinned, and just to keep the story of Kenny Omega can't win without Don Callis, keep that story going.
All right, Brian, which one do you think?
It's basically Scarlett Tarek took the words out of my mouth. It's Team Callis will win. Uh, you can't turn Sammy like that and immediately have him lose the next match he's in. That not great business. So I would have Sammy get the pin, get a cheap pin over Jericho here, so you can set up the one-on-one where Sammy goes over. But yeah, just have some cheap bullshit ending of maybe Sammy pulling the tights or whatever. And yeah, but th- there's there's no logical reason that the faces should win this match.
Yeah, I'm gonna second that. Team Callis is just primed and ready for a win here. And yeah, as much as I'd love to see Kota Ibushi on AEW programming again, the writing's on the wall for this one. I'm also going to go with Team Callis for the win. That will bring us to our next match on the card, which is a handicap match for the Ring of Honor Tag Team Championship. MJF is defending the titles all on his own against the Righteous. Brian, it's your pick up first. Where are you going?
I'm intrigued by the vignettes of the Righteous. Like, I've never really seen them in action before ROH became ROH that we know today. Okay, before Tony Khan bought it, I didn't know how the Righteous rolled or anything like that. However, okay, I realized that Adam Cole is gonna have surgery. It's not looking good but I th- I I think the only logical team to take the titles off of MJF and Adam Cole are the Kingdom, based on the storyline that they're going for here. And I think MJF finds a way. You're building him up to be this huge babyface. Okay, why not have him be our scumbag and scumbag his way into a handicap and scumbag his way into a win over over a tag team while he's like, maybe he has the ring, just have him take him out behind the ref's back. I'm gonna do it. I've got MJF to retain the tag team titles all on his own.
I'm going to say I'm going to go with the Righteous just because I feel like they've been, not only have they been busting their ass, I think that there's something else happening with MJF. I think they're priming him to do something else and not pull double duty anymore, not for too long anyway. And especially after that last promo against Jay White, My guess is that they're going to be priming MJF to go in that direction next. So I'm going to pick the Righteous to take the tag team titles off of MJF and Adam Cole. Tarek, time to break another tie. Which way you going, fool?
I'm also going to go with MJF to successfully retain for the reason that Brian said. They're saving this title change for the Kingdom. And after that, speaking of Jay White, speaking with that closing video of Jay White getting attacked by a mysterious group, I think they're saving the for the I think they're gonna have that be the Adam Cole heel turn. That will come when he comes back, he's able to wrestle, and he's gonna be the one to be revealed to be the one under the mask and cost him and MJF the tag title. And then it turns out that his minions there, like he was the one under the demon mask or the devil mask, and the group is gonna be the other one's gonna be the Kingdom, Roderick Strong, and Kyle O'Reilly.
All right. All right. All right. With that,
All
we're
right.
going. All right. All right.
All right. All right.
With that, we're going to look at the state of the AEW Tag Team Championships, where FTR are going to be defending the titles against Aussie Open. This one, I believe, is going to be plain simple, just a straight up title defense. FTR retains. Tarek, which way you going?
I think this is going to be a tag team title match that could be a potential match of the night. And considering, or at least going to be in the top three. Uh, but yes, this is going to be a great showing for Aussie Open, but I think that FTR are going to successfully retain.
And Brian, do we have an accord?
Yes, we do. I've got FTR to retain based on what I think is going to happen in the number one contender match. But as a caveat, I believe that Aussie Open will be tag team champions within a year. They're too good to
They are very
not.
good.
They're too good to have that not happen. It's just not the time.
All right. Locked in. Moving on to the penultimate match on the card. We've got Hangman Page versus Swerve Strickland. Tarek, you got first pick. Where you going?
This is actually one match that I'm looking forward to the most on this
Oh,
card
heck yeah.
because I just that promo between the two just had me in hook, line, and sinker. Uh, I'm going to pick Swerve Strickland to win. He's in the position where he needs the win more than Hangman Adam Page. And I actually think it would be I think better storytelling wise. Like he's trying with Adam Page saying, I'm fighting to be the Adam Page of old, and just see him still struggling to become that again is a much more intriguing story, especially with Swerve Strickland's involvement and how he wants that spotlight. And I think he's more than capable of actually being in that spotlight. He needs the win more than Adam Page does.
Brian, your pick. Which way you going?
Yeah. First of all, I want to say, talk about taking a ball and running with it. Okay, Swerve, dude. Okay, talk about a future face of the company.
Oh, absolutely.
Star, dude. It, I think Triple H. I think the higher ups at WWE are going to be kicking themselves when because this dude has star written all over him, and I think you need to push that to the moon, which is why I also have Swerve winning this match because I want to see him based off of that first promo. Oh my God. that,
Seriously.
yeah, get get him to the top of the card as soon as you possibly can. That dude is money. and based off of the ratings and based off of the quarter hours, the people agree. So yeah, Hangman Page is already there. Okay, he's already basically made with everything that's gone on in the last year, and now that the black cloud hanging over him is gone, they, they can book him the way they should. They should have been booking him for the last year and a half. But you got to create someone new here. It's got to be Swerve.
Yeah, just the one line, what's a buckshot to a kill shot? Like, I keep forgetting that he was kill shot in Lucha Underground until someone has to keep reminding me that was him. And oh boy, is Swerve ever him. It's like this a moment like this is what Swerve was waiting on, and he knocked it out of the park. I gotta go with Swerve. Hangman will be just fine. This is what Swerve needs to take him up to the next level, and to the next level he shall go.
Makes me really want to believe the statement that this is now a new era in AEW. Now that you have all these different shows to really allow your roster to, I guess the best way to breathe and have them show off their stuff. I hope this new era is not just a tagline. I hope this actually is a brand new era. Actually build up newer stars that you
Yeah,
have.
because it's basically okay. Your top guys that have established your company. Okay, your company's established now. Okay, you can start elevating talent to try to get them to where your top guys are.
Hmm.
Okay, and they already started doing that with Orange Cassidy and 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 they already started doing that with Orange Cassidy. They can now continue with Sammy Guevara and Swerve. Build up the guys you were planning on building up,
Hell, I can even
and
put Jay White in that category. And that's mainly just seeding from the fact like most of the American audience doesn't know who he is. And
yeah,
giving him
build
all these wins and now he's in the world title picture.
yeah,
I think it's another addition to that list of like building
yeah.
new star in his case.
You build up your Jay Whites, your Sammy Guevara's, your Swerve Strickland's, your Ricky Starks's. Okay,
Hmm.
and this is the future of your company if you make sure to keep them around when it comes contract time because they're already talking about Ricky. That's it.
As well they should be.
Yep.
Because there's so much good stuff to look forward to, and I'm very confident for the future of AEW. But before we keep speculating in that direction, there's still one more match we need to put in our predictions on. And that is what I believe is going to be most likely the final main event of WrestleDream.
It will be.
The dream match itself. We've got Bryan Danielson versus his long awaited opponent in Zack Sabre Jr. Brian, it's your final pick of the night. Who do you got?
Yeah, this is the retirement tour of Bryan Danielson. I don't think they have anything further in the works with Zack Sabre Jr. after this. So I think they're going to give Bryan Danielson the win here. It's just going to
Yeah.
be a good old uh, technical showcase, and then Bryan Danielson's going to kick his fucking head in.
Pretty much, yeah. I'm very much looking forward to both guys just going all out against each other, leaving nothing behind. Everything that they can do, they will do, and I'm just looking forward to the sheer spectacle of it all. Two generational talents in the submission wrestling world just coming together and just making pretzels out of each other. It's going to be great. But Tarek, it's your final pick of the evening. Who do you got?
Before I do, I just want to quickly see this one thing because I know the one big factor that really gets a good smile out of me is the guy who won the Bryan Danielson Award multiple times, finally facing Bryan Danielson is just one of those moments where you just look and you're like, yeah, you could book this stuff perfectly. It's like it just fits right in there. And I just looked up to see how many times he won it. I didn't see it yet. I didn't see it there. Um, but yeah, this, as you said, Jeff, this match alone makes WrestleDream a real dream come true when it comes to this. Um, I'm also gonna go with Bryan Danielson for the win. I think this match is going to like deliver on so many levels, and I just can't wait to see what these guys can do. How long do you think they're gonna go? Gonna like 40
Oh,
minutes?
at least 45. They're. I wouldn't be surprised if I wouldn't be surprised if they gave them the entire hour complete with entrances or whatever. Like
Hmm.
if the show ends at midnight, they'll give them 11 to 12 with entrances, the pomp and circumstance, and then the match. They'll give them the full hour. The
Final
match
countdown?
itself will put oh yeah, of course. Yeah.
I'm
And I
not
think
sure if I'm going to be quite that bold. I would like to believe that as good as these guys can be, and they will be, by the time that if they are going to be main eventing the entire show, I've gotta believe that they gotta make it concise. Not that they can't do it, but more so that the audience all around the world is just going to be not exhausted by the end of the show.
well also remember a bunch of these matches okay are not with people that would normally go 20 to 30 minutes. Okay, you've only got a certain few that are going to go long. So I think you can afford 45 minutes for Danielson Saber Jr. because you got a bunch of matches that'll go like 10, 15 minutes tops based on the participants in them. Okay, all this isn't all out where they had like 30-minute matches on top of each other for like 5 to 6 hours a pop.
Yeah. If they do something like that and the show goes at a more brisk pace to accommodate all of these other matches, then yeah, have Bryan Danielson and Zack Sabre Jr. goes significantly longer than the rest, which frankly, as good as these guys are, and I am fans of them, I am just like if the show goes on until like midnight or 1 in the morning, I'm going to be absolutely exhausted. So be kind with me, Tony Khan, please.
No, do not be kind. It's Bryan Danielson and Zack
Punish
Sabre
me with
Jr.
wrestling.
Yeah, it's Bryan Danielson and Zack Sabre Jr. You go as long as you need to, good sir.
Well, in any event, those are our predictions, one and all, for AEW's first WrestleDream show. But of course, now is a time in our show where we turn it over to you, our fellow fans. Who's going to walk away with a win at WrestleDream? Which one is going to be match of the night? No matter what you think, we want to hear from you. So drop us a line all across the internet. Facebook posts, YouTube comments, wherever you are, we are, especially on the Twitter X machines. Tarek, where can they reach you?
You can reach me now thinking, after hearing what you guys said, I want to hear a fight forever chant in that match at the Avatar.
Brian, where can they find you?
You can find me hoping they do fight forever at Atomic Beanpole.
And you can find me hoping that they don't fight forever, maybe a brisk, sensible 35 minutes so I can get to bed on time and snuggle with my blankie and go nap at I'm Robbie Rage. And for all of
Boo,
these relevant
boo,
sleep
sir.
and for all of these relevant social media links and much more, you can follow us on our link tree in the description box below. That it's linktree/scholars of wrestling. And with that, let's get ready to WrestleDream. You know we are going to be seeing it every single step of the way because you know who we are. We are the Scholars of Wrestling, and you have just been schooled. You're welcome.
You're
You're
welcome.
welcome.
See you all for a little WrestleDream.
Dream a little dream of you.